Hello students, welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rashmi Sharma, Head of the Department OB&HR, Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, Delhi. Today we will learn the module Managing Employee Portfolio. This module is from the paper Contemporary Issues in HRM and Future Trends. On completion of this module, we would be able to learn the advantages and overcome the disadvantages of employee portfolio, manage to learn as an employee and as an employer how to get the best out of the assessment. A performance-based assessment requires an employee to prove or demonstrate that they have mastered the area being evaluated. Rather than the traditional means of evaluation like scales, rating systems and tests, performance-based assessment requires the associate to demonstrate their mastery of the subject or the job. The advantage to a performance-based assessment is that they can be observed and rated on the basis of a finished project. Projects are one way to use performance-based assessment. This gives as a proof of mastery. Employees can demonstrate their skills by pointing to projects that they have completed or programs that they have developed. With this method, a tangible and actual proof is possible, and it is easy to verify if all the requirements were met. Designing portfolio. While designing employee-created portfolios of their work products is also an excellent way to conduct a performance-based assessment. With this method, associates create an example of the work that they have been doing throughout the year and discuss these work projects with their manager. The portfolios work best for employees who create products, programs, system or other tangible evidence of their performance. Now let us understand what exactly is demonstration when we have to manage an employee portfolio. An actual demonstration of performance mastery can also be used to conduct a performance-based assessment. Demonstrations work for almost all the employees and requires the managers to observe the skill that is being evaluated. Evaluators make judgments on the level of mastery, so it is important to be certain that these measures are observable and agreed upon by both the employee and the manager. Behavior-based assessment. Much like interviewing, behavior-based questions are very effective for performance-based assessments. Using this method, you could ask your employee for specific examples in the workplace where her skill was used. You might ask for the time when she handled a difficult employee and look for time where specific examples can be taken which demonstrates this particular skill. Let us now understand what are the advantages and disadvantages of employee portfolio. The advantages of employee portfolio are: it contains the evidences of a wide range of skills and attributes. It can be very effective in combination with an on-the-job evaluation. Portfolios can demonstrate progress in learning. Portfolios can reflect an employee's attitude and individual strengths. The disadvantages of employee portfolios are: looking through the portfolios can be a very time-consuming process. It is difficult to mark objectively. The authenticity of evidence can sometimes be questioned. Now let us assess the role of employees and employers in the portfolio management. The first question to be asked is, where do we stand with our employees today and where in regards to the future challenges? In which competency area are we strong with our employees and where do we have room for progress? Who are the top performers, talents, stars, and where are the problematic areas? What does this assessment mean for personnel planning, recruitment, and personnel placement? How can we best use our resources and obtain the greatest leverage that affects on human resource development? There are some examples of personal performance evaluation. The personal performance of an employee is evaluated in the course of an evaluation discussion. The evaluation focuses on the performance of individual employees in the duties assigned in their job descriptions and otherwise by the employer, and on the objectives assigned for the employee in the previous performance appraisal or in some other corresponding manner. The individual performance level is determined as the average of the evaluation outcomes for the main criteria. This is how the process goes. A supervisor will evaluate the employee's performance. The supervisor would record the outcome of the evaluation and its grounds, and these are communicated to the employees. The supervisor in question will propose a performance level on the basis of the evaluation. If the outcome of the evaluation does not accord with the employee's own view of his or her performance, then the employee will enter his or her own view and the reasons for it in the evaluation summary. The performance evaluation and performance level will be confirmed by the employer in the light of such factors as the grounds for the performance evaluation, the journal evaluation policy, and the performance of employees working in duties of equivalent job requirement. Reasons shall be given in particular for unusual evaluation of job performances that satisfy the job requirements. If the performance level is 1 or 2, then measures for supporting improved performance shall be mutually agreed upon. The evaluation criteria of factors that affect a performance portfolio are vocational competence, skills evaluated with reference to such factors as overall command of the employee's duties, knowledge, skills, methods and tools, maintenance of vocational skills, ability to focus on the essentials, personal development evaluated with reference to such factors as how the employee responds to new challenges and ideas and views the new duties and practices on an active role in improving the job, how the employee improves his or her personal skills. Plurality of skills or special ability are evaluated with reference to such factors like whether the employee has skills exceeding the employee's own basic duties that benefit the workplace, or some special ability or expertise that a general diversity of the employee's skills or some special ability that benefits the workplace. Responsibility at work and activity in the workplace while assessing employee portfolio. Spontaneity evaluated with reference to factors like how spontaneous the employee is in his or her work, how the employee takes the initiative in improving the working methods and the workplace. Cooperation skills evaluated with reference to factors like how the employee cooperates at the workplace and with external parties and the stakeholders, how the employee promotes community and a positive atmosphere, how the employee deals with conflict. Commitment to work and colleagues or co-workers evaluated with reference to factors like how the employee participates in improving the workplace, how the employee adheres to a mutually agreed practices, how the employee is committed to duties and to the aims of the employee's workplace, the extent of the employee's involvement in discharging the community functions. Now, let's have a look at quality and performance. The productivity can be evaluated with reference to factors like achievement of, or for example, quantitative objectives or deadlines imposed on the employee. Quality of work evaluated with reference to factors like quality of work in relation to the demands and goals of duties. Economy evaluated with reference to factors like overall economy in discharging duties and careful use of resources. The evaluation scale as an example to explain the above steps can be given as below. Level 7, the employee's performance is excellent and clearly exceeds all the job requirements and the quantitative and qualitative objectives assigned to the employee. Level 6, the employee's performance satisfies all job requirements very well. Level 5, the performance exceeds the quantitative and qualitative objectives assigned to the employees in many respects. The employee's performance satisfies the job requirements and the objectives assigned to the employee well. Level 3, performance attains a high quality standard in key fields of duty. Level 2, the employee's performance satisfies the basic job requirement and the principal objectives assigned to the employee. Some aspects of performance are nonetheless in need of improvement. Level 1, there is a substantial need for improvement in the employee's performance. Let's have a look at the manager's perspective when it comes to managing the employee portfolio. While assessing the portfolio of an employee, the manager should understand that the characteristics of an employee affects the performance of the organization. The manager can assess the following: whether the employee works for the organization by influencing others, does he or she endure the right attitude to reflect the fundamental values, self-interest, and by identifying with other individuals, is the employee vocal and expresses thoughts and aspirations to shape their behavior? What is the job satisfaction level of these employees? Has a positive feeling about the job he or she is doing? Has deep job involvement, because this would enhance the level of attitude towards the assigned tasks and duties? Has commitment to the organization, which forces alliance or obligation to the organization, which prevents absenteeism and moves forward towards productivity? Before beginning with the portfolio assessment, the manager should mention to the employee that this activity is done to motivate and improve the level of satisfaction in the organization. The fact that we are interested in understanding your attitude and satisfaction level. As an organization, we want to keep resignations and absenteeism down and keep our employees motivated. We are interested in understanding what makes your job interesting and challenging. Moreover, we would like to measure how you feel about your work. We want to know the contribution of your work to organization's business goal, job security, and management recognition of employee job performance, compensation of pay, and job specific training. We want to empower and motivate our key employees into decision makers, leaders, motivators and innovators. Issues that we want to improve upon are interpersonal skills and open up progressive communication with immediate managers and organization. We want to focus on strengths, weaknesses and interests. The organization is focused in making all the employees content and passionate and continue to invest on high performers. We want you to develop a sense of comfort with the organization. These are some of the questions that a manager should mention to the employee before this activity of portfolio assessment is done. How to give the best in portfolio evaluation? The basis of any employee review is to evaluate how well an employee performs his or her job. An employee may utilize the following techniques to make his or her portfolio a success. Tip 1. Be prepared. Go over the feedback and goals that were addressed in the last year's performance review. If this is going to be your first review, request a list of evaluation criteria on which your performance will be judged. In addition, also ask what makes an employee receive an outstanding evaluation to keep in mind throughout the year. Tip 2. Go beyond the duties that have been assigned. Stand out by doing more than the scope that your position entails. Volunteering to assist co-workers and occasionally taking on tasks that aren't with you or your job description can increase your value within the company. Showing that you are capable of more than your current set of tasks and exceeding the others' expectation could result in a promotion or perhaps a substantial end of your year bonus. Tip 3. Set goals for yourself. Establish a short-term and a long-term professional goal for yourself. Form a list of goals that are based on what you plan to accomplish in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and 1 year. This strategy may help you make an impression on your boss by showing that you are goal-driven and provides an outline to your contributions throughout the year. Tip number 4. Review your own performance. Complete a monthly self-review to ensure that you are on the right track to achieve your goals. If you have deviated from your original goals, it's not the end of the world. Maybe your project load would increase or additional projects and duties were added to your plate. Whatever the reason for your deviation, take note of where you are right now and the additional work that you have accomplished. Tip number 5. Demonstrate your leadership skills. Responsibility is the foundation of leadership. Take responsibility for your action, which includes your success and errors. Managers do not want employees who can't own up to their actions. Demonstrating effective leadership skills will put you on the fast track to management or at least make you a better candidate for a position with more responsibility. Tip number 6. Be good at networking. Aim to know everybody's name, at least who works in your department, their role and something about them personally. Knowing who can answer your question and creating relationship with your colleagues will help you to build a strong internal network within the company. Tip 7. Create a yearly performance portfolio. Let's face it, not every day is going to be a sunshine and a rainbow. Just as your document needs success, keep a ledger of any mistake or failure that you encountered during the work year. Keep track of the date, what was said, how was it resolved, and how you have grown because of it. While this isn't something you want to present during your review, it's always a good idea to keep your own documentation should an event be brought up during any of your meetings. Tip number 8. Quantify your business impact. Now let's get back to those days of sunshine and rainbows, shall we? Keep a portfolio of work samples and positive feedback from clients and co-workers. This portfolio is an important tool to quantify your yearly success and provide evidence on how you helped to impact the company. Here are the 5 tips that have to be kept in mind as you complete your own performance portfolio assessment. First is be proud. The main goal of the self-evaluation is to highlight your own accomplishments. Employees need to point to specific tasks and projects that highlight their best work. Be honest. Honesty is another critical aspect of writing a self-review. It's more than likely that the boss knows when a good job was done, so trying to highlight a project or task that was just okay rather than great won't have much of impact. Third, ask about career development opportunities. Employees should use their self-evaluations as a time to ask their bosses for career development opportunities. Fourth, track your accomplishments. When it comes to stand up for your work in your self-assessment, having an actual data to show what you have done throughout the year is very crucial. Fifth, be professional. Employees need to remember to always be professional when writing their self-assessment. This means they should avoid using it as an opportunity to bash the boss for poor leadership skills or criticize the co-workers for making the employees' lives more difficult. In this module, thus, we have learned the importance of employee portfolio assessment. A performance-based assessment requires an employee to prove or demonstrate that they have mastered the area being evaluated. Rather than the traditional means of evaluation like scales, rating systems and tests, performance-based assessments require the associate to demonstrate mastery of the subject or job. Thank you.